Okay, return to my app. This getQ function, this hard codes a list, which I think it does actually reflect what's in the database, but it wouldn't get updated. So let's try and get that from the database instead of hard coding it. I think I'm going to need another command prompt. CMD. So let's cd2 store. What did I call it? I thought I was in store. No, it was coursework 2. So cd coursework 2. And let's start SQLite. So I think that is desktop. So // desktop / SQLite. And I think I called it store.db. Okay, so I can do select start from, it was cust order, wasn't it? Cust order. So I've got ready and complete. So what I really want to do is select start from cust order where I'm only interested in those items where the status is in. The two things I'm interested in are ready and complete. No, that's not true. I'm interested in those that are ready and processing. So they're the two that I'm interested in. So it should be 4 and 5 that I get. And here you can see I hard-coded in 5 and 6. So the right answer is this one here, 4 and 5. 4 is processing and 5 is ready. So I want that data to come out instead of what I hard-coded here. Now I think I can do that pretty straightforwardly in Python using SQLite. So let's try it. I need a connection. I'm not sure if I should create a connection every time. Let's do that anyway. So let's say con equals SQLite. What do we do? SQLite dot connect to store.db. So that's connected to the store, and then I want a cursor. Cursor is connection dot cursor. And then I want to, I don't type all that. Then I want cursor to execute that SQL statement I just had. That's this one here. Press enter to copy that. And I use single quotes inside, so I'm going to use double quotes here and paste in that. Okay, so select star from cust order where status in that. And then instead of returning that, I'm going to try returning cur. What do I do? Cur.fetch all. Let's try that. Fetch all. Save that. Is my server still running? No, it doesn't like that. It doesn't like my indents. So those are spaces and that's a tab. So I've mixed up tabs and spaces. Let's go with spaces. Okay, try that. Restart my server. That seems to be okay. Let's reload. No, there's plenty to go wrong. Didn't like that. SQLite not defined. That's this one here. That should be SQLite 3. Okay, try again. Okay, again, looks like I've got something happening here. Oh, this one's thinking. Let's do F12 to see what's going on. GetQ didn't work. Global name connection is not defined. I'm going to open this in a new tab. Okay. Global name connection is not defined. No, it's not. I called it con and then I called it connection. Let's do con. Reload that. List object is not callable. So fetch all, I want my result. Okay, where's my error? See if I can find the error. Okay, this object is not callable. It looks like I've got a thing and I'm trying to execute it. So it could be that. Is that the thing that's wrong? Okay, I need to try running this directly in Python to see what's going on. Don't need that for the moment. So let's start Python. So don't quit from here. Let's go into Python. And I want SQLite. And I want to do these things here. So connect to the store. And I create a cursor. And I execute that cursor. That looked good. So let's say r equals cur.fetch all. I don't know what r is. That looks okay. What happens if I try and print it? Okay, what happens if I turn it to JSON? Okay, maybe I need to import JSON. Let's try JSON.dumpS of R. That looks more like it's not exactly what I wanted, but it's close. Let's try print. Okay, I know what it is. I need to turn that into a string. So that this thing here needs to be turned into a string. So let's do JSON.dumpS. Save that. Is the server still going? Looks like it. Reload. Okay, JSON's not defined. No, it's not, because I didn't import. So import JSON. Save that. Now let's try it. Okay, that's better. It's not the format I was expecting. My jQuery is set up to do this kind of stuff, and here I'm getting a list of lists. I was expecting to get an ID and a status. I could change either one of them. I'm tempted to get item 0 from there, and item 1 from there. It's a slightly smaller data format. Save that, reload this, that's fine. Reload this. Okay, that didn't work. Or is it thinking? F12, try it again, reload. Okay, it worked that time. So I got processing and ready. Remember, it was 5 and 6 before, now it's 4 and 5. Okay, what I want to happen, I want this thing to keep refreshing itself. So every 5 seconds, I want this to run again. And I should be able to change the database and see that page changing. So instead of calling refresh queue directly, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start a process. So I'm trying to remember how to do this. It's something like set interval. Set interval, and then you give it a number, like 5 seconds, and you give it a thing to do, which will be refresh queue. So that should call refresh queue every now and then. So we should see the queue empty, and then we put the stuff in. That should happen. Let's just see if we can see that happening. So if I save that and reload, so waiting for results. I wonder if I've got set interval wrong way around. Don't seem to have an error. I'm just going to check the documentation. Yep, I got that the wrong way around. Set interval, you put in the code first, and then you put in the time. Save that and reload. Waiting for results. So after 5 seconds it should come up. Okay, that seemed to work. And if I select something in 5 seconds, you can see that's gone. You don't notice the delay, it's quite quick. But every 5 seconds it refreshes itself. Now in theory, we should see that changing as I change the database. So magically when I change the database, we should see this updating. So let's come out of Python, exit, and we'll go into MySQL, into SQLite. And what I'm going to do is update, what was it? It was customer order. Update cust order. And I'm going to set status. I'm going to make one of them. Let's make that processing one ready. So we're going to set the status to ready, where ID equals 104. So this item here should go from processing to ready. Let's try it. It'll take up to 5 seconds. Oh, did it pretty quickly there. Let's change it back to processing. And after a short delay, we can see that. Let's add another one. Start from cast order. Okay, so we're watching this thing change. This one here that was waiting 102, let's change that to processing. So that is, I've lost it. It's this one here that was waiting, so 102. Let's change 102 to processing. And after 5 seconds, this thing updates. You can see now order number 2 is working. So we've basically got this screen done. So this is the screen that is supposed to show what the customers see. The customers are all sitting on uncomfortable plastic chairs, and they're all staring at a screen like this. So this is the screen they're looking at. So customers are sitting around waiting for their orders. They've got a little bit of paper in their hand that says 102 or 103 or 104, and they're sitting watching this screen, and their things will come up. When they're ready, they should go green. If they're processing, then it should say in progress. And as soon as their thing goes green, they leap up out of their uncomfortable plastic chair, go to the counter, and pick up the goods that they have ordered.